Just resting back, let the muscles of the back start to relax. Start to allow some good deep breaths to flow into the body. Good deep opening already happening, especially through these shoulders and through the back muscles, just keeping them wide open. With our summer solstice having passed recently, the intention today has to do with that. So the idea is from here on out until the winter solstice, each day is going to progressively have a greater and greater amount of darkness, so more and more night. So oftentimes in the beginning, it doesn't seem like much. It seems like exactly the same as it's been for the last month or two. But as we get past the fall and into the winter, you start to notice it. It's like much less darkness every single day. So the idea today, as we're heading for the beginning of this dark phase, is we're going to do lots and lots of back bends today. So as we're doing these back bends, opening up our heart, imagine that we're kind of collecting light into our heart space every time our heart gets opened up. And that light is what's going to lead us into the dark times. It's a light that can spread to others to help inspire them to continue to stay true to some just good, wonderful principles as we head on. So for yourself, pick what that light might represent metaphorically. So perhaps you think of the light representing peace, or maybe hope, joy, faith, compassion, love, listening well, self-care. There's so many things that it could represent for us. So as we head on to these heart openers, to this heart reflecting light, just imagine that light represents that principle that you're choosing right now. And so you have that principle to carry us into the darkness. Imagine that's like, this is the light that the world needs right now for the next 6 months. And so with that idea to help lead us on, let's begin some of the physical stuff. Let's start to take the knees into the chest. We'll do some nice, easy movements for the hips and for the low back. Just listen to how it feels. Don't feel like you have to push it too far. Easy, kind movements. So from here, release both feet down close to the glutes. We're going to take a bridge pose, so kind of our first heart opener for the day. So hands go on the floor right by the hips. Roll the hips up, lifting up one vertebrae at a time, as high as you can lift in bridge pose. Some people can clasp hands under the back. So if so, maybe walk them under and continue to lift. Feel this heart space continuing to open. Let's take one more good inhale. Exhale, release the hands, roll the spine back down. And let's begin to take our right leg up to the side. So our first good stretch for that area, maybe clasp hands behind the back of the leg, maybe behind the calf, and try to pull it in nice and gentle. Remember these qualities that we're working on. Perhaps patience is one of those that the world needs right now. So having patience with this leg. Gradually starting to open. Good, one more breath through this spot. And let's take that right ankle to the left side. Let's start to thread our arms around the left side of our figure four stretch. Feel that right hip just rotating open, really good deep stretch for that hip area. here, keep the legs in this unit that we've set up. The arms spread open to left and right. And then this unit of the legs falls all the way over to the left. So this starts to allow us to open through the outer hip, maybe outer IT band. But the spine continues to just stretch right open. Send a couple of easy breaths through this area. Take one more good inhale. With our exhale, uncross the ankle, take the hips to the ground, hands on the knees. Let's do some easy movements for the hips and low back area. Good. As we're heading to the second side, let's take another bridge pose. So feet plant, hands are on the floor by the hips. Roll the hips up. Maybe hand clasp. Just feel this heart space opening right in front of you. We'll take another inhale. Exhale, hands release. Roll the spine back down. Now we've got left leg going up to sky. Grab onto the left leg, gently pull it in. Just as much patience as the other side. Imagine as we're helping to stretch through some of these major muscle groups of the body, there's more and more space available within the body to continue to collect light. Okay, let's take another beautiful inhale. Exhale, take that left ankle to right thigh, spread the arms around the right, figure four stretch. More and more space available through the hip. Continue to breathe, the breath helping us to collect more light. Our mind's eye. Now spread the arms open nice and wide, tilt the legs all the way over to the right. Just easy breaths as we're getting into the hip, the IT band, low back, all sorts of good areas. Let's take another beautiful flow of breath in and out. Uncross the ankle, hips go to the ground. This time let both legs go up to the sky. And then the legs will start to go wide. Hands come to the inner thighs to help sway the thighs open. Letting the knees bend, slip the hands down to the feet. If you can reach them, happy baby. Grabbing shins is also fine if feet are too far. Once you're in happy baby, you can rock left and right. You can, in stillness, it's all up to you, whatever feels best. Let another breath flow into the body. And out. Beautiful. Take our right leg back straight up to the sky. Grab onto it to help pull it in. Left leg hovers above the ground. Here we're going to do some nice straight leg switches, nice and slow. So when left leg comes up, hands grab on. Right leg hovers above the ground. Let's take it nice and easy like that, back and forth. The biggest focus is helping that top leg get pulled into a nice, easy stretch each time. Breath flowing for us, super nice. Take another 5 to each side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dropping both legs down. We're going to take a nice fish pose. So do a little crunch to get your elbows underneath you. From there, let your palms face down, hands slide right under your glutes, walk the elbows close together, and then let the heart start to lift up. If the head is comfortable to rock back, crown of head can go barely to the ground, but keep the energy of the heart lifting up. It's not about sacrificing it to touch the head, it's more about the heart getting raised. So that chest stays open. Here, let's take another beautiful inhale. Exhale. Gently let the head come back in. We're going to free out the hands, pressing our way up to sit. And then just let your spine continue to relax over your legs. Nice and easy. Just listen to how the legs want to receive this. So from here, start to rise the spine back up. Our right foot's going to plant closer. Left leg is still long. Left hand goes behind us. And we're going to try to raise up into a little back bend. So this right arm sweeps up. Try to pick the hips up. This is doing okay for your body. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When we drop the hips down, keep the right knee. We'll take a twist. So the left hand or the left elbow hooks around the right knee. And just continue to spiral the spine open behind you. And another breath flow in. And out. Returning forward, this right thigh falls down to the ground. Let's circle the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, release. Starting to rise up, we're going to switch our legs. So now right side long, left hands. Our right hand is behind us. Let's try to sweep our way up to the back bend. If you're doing okay here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down, hook around the knee, take that spinal twist. Let one more breath flow in. Exhale, return forward. Thigh falls open. Reach up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, let's release. As we rise back up, if our hands are okay, what we're going to do is plant both hands, plant both feet, and lift the hips up. If you need to be on elbows to lift the hips up, that's okay too if the wrists need that break. So we're going to try to lift up. I love this lift, especially for how it helps me rotate into a nice stretch on my shoulders. So if you're doing okay, let's try to take 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, let the bottoms of the feet come together, knees opening, and just relax forward into cobbler. Good. So as we rise up, let's start to swing our legs underneath us. We're coming to kneel. And as we're preparing for more and more of these back bends coming through class, let's start to take some of these tactile motions to help the spine realize, okay, I'm okay, not only hunching forward, but also arching back, bringing that nice balance to the spine. So if you're doing okay, take 2 more. Beautiful. And as we come with our spine back to neutral, we'll start to take some easy, gentle pose. So walking the hands forward from a nice, easy kneeling plank, lower the heart down. Try to engage the back muscles to do most of the lift. Arms doing very minimal. And then we'll head back to a nice child pose. So we'll repeat that a couple of times, nice and easy like that. Do any modifications that you need. Easy little engagement through the arms, and then engagement through the back to try to do most of the lift. And then into a nice child pose. Let's take 3 more. I like to move through my breath. I use my exhale to lower. Inhale to do the back bend. Exhale, child. own pace for the last one. And then in that child pose for a couple of really good breaths. Help imagine we're creating more space for the light in our chest area. Let's walk our hands up the left side of the mat. Walk the hands off the right side of the mat. When we come back through the center, give your spine a bonus breath or two to be right here in the center. We'll lift all the way up through downward facing dog. You're welcome to have any movement that feel helpful. Let's try to lift the right leg clear up high to the sky. Feel it reach high like it's trying to touch the ceiling. Then when we step our right foot in between the hands, we gently lower the back knee down. As we're sinking our hips forward, the first thing we're checking is that knee is not going past toes. If it does, that's an indication to stick the foot forward. We're taking a couple of breaths to fill the front of that left hip. That area is stretching nicely. Could stay here or start to walk up onto your thigh. The idea though is normally we back away a little bit by coming up, so reset your hips just as deep as they were before. So I'll do a little challenge here. If you need to just stay because of balance, that's okay. But we can try to see if right fingers can work their way maybe to the floor or maybe just onto that back thigh. Then left hand up, maybe slightly over. Good. Take it easy through our spine as we rise back up. And we'll try to reverse that. So left fingers try to work down or onto the thigh. Right hand up and over. Good. Come all the way up with the spine. Hands come up. We're finding a slight arch to the spine. If you'd like to circle hands around the low back to increase that back bend, that heart opener. Let's be here for 2 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back, front leg goes nice and straight. Start to lower our hands down. Good. So when this right leg starts to head back, you have the choice, maybe the kneeling plank, maybe you're ready to lift the knees up, taking a full chaturanga. Maybe you're ready for a deeper cobra, putting the shoulders still relaxed. And eventually to child pose or down dog. Now left leg will start to float up to the sky. Feel it reach super, super, super high. And step that foot in between hands, back knee gently lowering. Already set up with the hips sinking forward. Good. that really good sensation of opening the front of the right hip. If ever you want to just stay with hands here, that's fine. If your balance is okay to walk up to the thighs, continue to sink the hips forward, nice and low. If you want to try the balance, left fingers go to the floor for a moment. Right arm tries to reach up and over. Fingers up, switch it so right fingers are down, left up and over. Rising up. Maybe the arms are reaching up with a slight back bend. Maybe your wings are spreading open, or maybe hands to the low back. Just 2 more good breaths. Then shift the hips back, front leg straightens, lower the hands down. So starting to swing this leg back behind us. Option for just going straight to child pose, straight to down dog, or maybe adding another flow. This is one where we'll stay as long as it feels helpful. At some point, we'll be ready to come to the top of the mat. Just let the spine drop heavy in a nice forward fold. So notice we do a lot of these forward fold motions, especially on days when we're focusing on the heart openers, because that's what keeps our spine in a good balance. So as we're trying to let our torso drop heavy, maybe there's a little bit of the micro bend that we can try to take out of the knees. Obviously not blocking them, but maybe letting those big major muscle groups grow just a little bit longer. So let's stay here, one more breath. Next, inhale to rise. Good, hands to heart. So now as we start to shift our weight into the left foot, try to see if your right hand can grab your right foot from behind. So you can always be close to a wall if needed. We're trying to aim for that quad stretch for that right leg. So if you don't feel the quad stretch, just put the tailbone under and forward, or drag the knee a little bit backwards. Either way will get you there. You can either stay working on this balance or take it into dancer. I usually flip the grip to the inner arch. Take the left hand up to sky. And remember, dancer is more about keeping the lift up rather than pointing the arm forward. So as you kick the foot into the hand, we try to keep this lift up, up, up. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, try to rise up with balance, bringing this right leg in front of us. Cross it over, pinky toes close to one another, and then just roll the spine down. Letting the spine roll its way back up. As we uncross the leg, this right side comes in front. You either try to grab around the thigh to kick the leg straight, or try to grab for big toe, kicking the leg straight. Sweep the leg under and through, warrior 3, trying to balance. Then bending the standing leg, try to land just the toes very softly. So our right hand will come to that left thigh, left hand behind, spinal twist. Or you can always drop down to elbow and place the hands in curve if you wish. Good, so back heel rotates down, release, circling the arms up to the sky, warrior 1. Heading to a light back bend, the hands clasped behind our back. Then let those fists travel down the glute, down the thigh, opening up the heart, the front knee is still bent. Feel that chest open, feel the shoulders open. And then start to bow forward, continuing to pull the shoulders into that nice stretch up above us. And so as we release our hands get planted on the ground in about that plank position. You can step this left foot back, maybe it's plank, maybe kneeling plank, or maybe left foot floating plank. Try to lower chaturanga. Easy back bend. And child or down dog. Move forward, light bend to the knees. Step walk or jump up to the top. Let the spine continue to relax for one more breath. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Good. So going with the balance. This time shift our weight onto right foot. Gonna grab the left foot behind our back. It's gonna be close to a wall if needed. We do want to feel the quad stretching, so tailbone scoops under or drag the knee back just a little bit. Maybe stay here, or maybe go to dancer, flip the grip. Right hand goes up, and then kick the foot into the hand. That's what creates the back bend. More inhale. Exhale, ease up. Float this left knee in front. Cross the left leg over, and then just start to roll the spine back down. Ease the spine back up. Start floating this left leg. Either try to grab onto the thigh, kicking the leg out, or grab onto the toes and kick the leg out. So we've got balancing warrior 3. Try to land just the toes if you can. Then twist, so left hand comes over, right hand behind, or slip to elbow. Back heel down, arms up to sky, warrior 1. Hand clasp from behind. And pull down with the hands, feel that chest open, shoulders pull back. Good, that's where we bow forward from. As we release, hands to ground and instead of the plank. So stepping this front foot back, maybe it hovers, maybe we're on knees. Lowering chaturanga, everybody comes with belly to the floor. Good, once we're there, hands slide a slightly wider than the mat. Press the spine up just a couple of inches. Rotate the right shoulder forward to the center and drop that right shoulder down. Back up through the center, left shoulder to the center and down. Up to the middle, sternum down, slide the hands in, and child pose. Let's start to lift the spine up. Here we're going to take camel, so let's come up to a high kneeling position. Oftentimes people will tuck the toes to give us a couple of bonus inches. Our hands come to the low back, the back side of the hip area. This protects that low back area, so hips start to drop forward, heart starts to lift up, and you're absolutely welcome to keep the hands here in the safe spot. If you want to try to drop one or both hands to the heels, that would be the full camel. So it's up to you, but make sure hips aren't trying to sink backwards. Instead it does if somebody's pulling the hips forward. Whatever we're doing, let's go 2 more breaths. And head eases up, hands to the low back to protect it. And let's head back to child. Hands forward, rest the spine back. Take a nice shoulder opener. So right hand threads under the left armpit space. Just cross it under and then relax the side of the head down. Right arm returns forward. Left threads through. Okay, when the arm comes back forward, we're gonna head to downward facing dog. We've got basically 2 more challenges for each side. So we start off this first one directly from that down dog shape. Feel the hips lifting higher and higher as the body is warmer. What we're gonna do from here is float the right leg up to the sky. 3 times take the knee to the nose. Let's right back up 3-legged dog. 2 more. And 1. And then step that right foot in between hands. So what we're gonna do here is a modified side plank. So the left hand stays down. The toes can kind of turn to the right side, those right toes. And then we're either staying on the back toes or rocking to the side of the foot so that the right hand can go up to the sky. Modification is elbow, that's fine. Either way, what we're gonna try to do is lift the hips up as much as we have the mobility for, and then down as much as we have the mobility for. Let's take another 4, and down, 3, 2, and 1. Good, so as the right hand goes down, we're going to try to ease the left hip down to the ground. This left hand needs to either slide forward or go all the way to the elbow. It's up to you. So from either position, the right hand is going to come to the space behind us. The biggest goal is to keep the heart open. So let the chest get kind of jutted forward and through. Just feel the shoulders open up behind us. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. We'll start to unwind. So the hands come forward. We lift up, slide the foot back, and set up for downward facing dog. Obviously, elbows are fine, not a kick. Left leg up to sky. 3 times, knee to nose, and up. 2, and 1. Step the foot through. So the left toes start to turn to the left hand up to sky. Maybe drop onto the side of the other foot, maybe not. It's whatever is more comfortable. And whatever range of motion we have, we try to lift the hips up a little bit and down a little bit. Repeating 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, hand down. Start to ease the right hip down. Maybe just slide this right hand forward, or maybe go to elbow. Left hand open up behind us. Let the heart get pulled forward and through the heart opening. Good. Easing out of it. Slide back, ultimately to the down dog. Our last kind of peak pose, wild thing for each side. So from the down dog position, right leg floats up to sky. Bend the knees and the toes a little bit behind you. You're welcome to stay. This is the prep. Or continue to let those toes plant all the way to the ground behind. Flip the hips up. Wild thing. Good. Right hand returns down. 3-legged dog. And right toes to the floor. One more side. Left leg up. Bend the knees, sending the toes just a little behind. Maybe stay here or maybe flip. And return the hand. Left foot up high and down. And then we all lower onto our bellies. Good. So going for a shoulder opener. Our right hand comes to a 90-degree angle off to this right side. So bent elbow, fingers toward the mirror. Right cheek is down. Press into the left hand until you've got the right shoulder opening. Some people stack hips, some people send the top leg even further back. So that chest area, kind of getting to this point of, it's almost like refusing to be in that hunched shape. They have to be open. It's collecting light here, even though this back bend doesn't feel like the same kind of back bend as what we've been playing with. One more inhale. Exhale, ease the hips down. Let's switch out the arms. Left arm is the 90-degree angle. Left cheek is down. And let's start to stack the hips. Maybe top leg sends back, maybe not. Good. So easing the hips back to the ground. We're taking Sphinx pose, elbows right underneath us. Let the belly get drawn forward and through. Shoulders trying to stay relaxed down as much as possible. This is more or less our last heart opener of the day. So imagine this last little bit of light just collecting in that heart space. And then we're going to swivel the left hand in. The right hand also swivels in, so both arms are parallel to the top of the mat. From here, right hand walks off to the left hand walks off to the right. Both shoulders are walking as far as they can. This stretches the back side of shoulders and or the shoulder blade area. So if you don't really feel that, bump the elbows another inch forward. And I'll usually tuck my chin before I rest my chin down, so there's lots of breathing space. Take one more breath through this side. And then continue to inch our elbows closer. Once we're back to Sphinx, let the shoulders do as much of a shoulder roll action as you can do right here. Just kind of rolling around. Good, we got one more side. So left hand is going to be the one that's in front now. So right hand and then left hand in front. And then start to walk each hand back off each side. You need to bump the elbows forward, that's fine. Tuck the chin in, rest it down. These poses right here, it's like us introducing that darkness back in. Trying to, in our mind's eye, see the glow of our beautiful heart center, that light that we gather, this open-hearted area, and connect back to what your heart space means to you today. What was that word that you picked? Like peace and hope, compassion, self-care. Feel that word glowing right alongside this light. Good, so start to inch the elbows back in. Let the shoulders have just a couple of easy rolls. Let's head back to a final child pose. Sending the hips all the way back. The arms can be tucked or stretched forward, your choice. Take a rabbit pose is another tremendous stretch to our back muscles after all the heart openers we've gone into. So with rabbit pose, forehead face down, hands swing around to grab each heel, and then we lift our hips up. This rocks us under the crown of the head. And this rounded shape of the spine helps to kind of gut all the muscles into a really good heart opener. Or sorry, a really good back opener. Stretching and opposing all the back bends we've done on. One more inhale. Exhale, drop the hips down. Find the hands underneath us. Press into them to rise. We'll come to sit. So sitting on one side, swing the legs forward. Let's cradle out our right leg. Using the hands around the foot and knee or around the shin. Give the hip a couple of good rocks. And when we release this down, maybe we release to cross leg, maybe to shin stack, maybe to knee stack. It's up to you, but then it's just an easy rounding of our heart down for that darkness. Just kind of visualize in your mind's eye the glow of the heart leading us safely into that darkness. So rolling the spine up, we'll cradle out the other side with a couple of easy rocks. lower it down to cross leg, shin stack, or knee stack. And then once again, just easy, easy, easy for the spine. Letting the spine rise back up. Let's take the legs out in front of us one more time. Just find that easy rounding forward. Feel the glow of the heart from this stretch. As we rise back up, we're taking our journey to Shavasana. Some people may take shoulder stand and plow pose. Others may just use the core to return to the back. And then just enjoy a couple of easy movements. Maybe a twist on our back or happy baby pose. So whatever feels good and helpful for our spine, that's what we're trying to explore. So don't feel any sense of pressure to keep on moving if you're ready to relax already. And vice versa. Keep on stretching until you feel ready to relax. Sooner or later, when you're ready for Shavasana, at least for a moment in your mind's eye, just see that light that we gathered in that heart space. Reconnect with what that word is that you chose for the light. And kind of visualize as if you could see the future. Visualize how that light and that word is going to kind of change your life and change the world because of letting it shine for the next 6 months of darkness. Here, let's begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen our exhales. And introduce little movements back to the fingers and toes. Starting to stretch out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Let's allow our bodies to have a couple of bonus breaths here, maybe 3 or 4 good cycles until you feel ready to rise sooner or later. So from here, as hands joined together in front of the heart, we feel and we visualize that glowing heart that we've created, that light within. We realize as each day gets progressively darker, this light can shine. It can inspire us and it can inspire others to continue in these good ways. Continue, especially in that word that you chose. So let's allow it to shine and manifest, helping to kind of do our little part to light the world and to change the world. So with this to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.